We found Susan because we did some research on the internet and finding people who have good recommendations and also who handle the kind of house that we were looking for.
I think I would highly recommend Susan for anybody, whether they know about real estate or especially beginners that don't know anything about real estate, because she takes you through the entire process and educates you. She's always on time. She's available when you want to look at a house last minute. It's just she seemed to always be there and be accessible for me and my needs.
She was also the only one that didn't make me feel absolutely ridiculous or stupid for asking some really basic questions, because I had never owned a property before and this was my first time purchasing, and it was really important to me that I found someone that I could trust, because I knew I could get taken for a ride if I didn't. And she was absolutely wonderful, answered all my questions, never talked down to me. It was a really fantastic experience, and from there I never looked back, never sat down with anyone else, because I knew she was the one for me.
She had listed a house that was close to the house that we used to live in, and I walked in the door. She had an open house and we started chatting, and we hit it off immediately. I really liked her and I took her card, and I always thought, one day when we're gonna buy our house, I'm gonna call that woman, and we did.
I've worked with many different real estate agents in Boston, in New York, and I know good agents when I see them, and Susan is a great agent. She's probably the best real estate agent I've ever worked with.
We engaged Susan to find us a house, and that became a long process, almost 2 years.
Oh, I think 2.5 years.
Yeah. But that being said, that speaks to the professionalism and the tenacity of Susan to stick with it.
The thing I like most about working with Susan is that she just doesn't work with you on a professional level. She takes a particular interest in your life and what you want. Mm-hmm. And she sees to it that you get it and you don't settle for less.
Susan would send us these incredible listings, and I kept thinking, we're getting these early enough in the day, in the week before these houses were even on the market.
She's very intuitive about what it is you want. She knows, she gets to know you, and then she shows you the home that is appropriate for you.
She takes into account your lifestyle.
Yeah.
She takes into account your profession. She takes into account your goals.
We talk about how thorough she is.
Organized.
She comes with the folders, and everything is labeled in different little compartments, and so organized and always on top of everything. And
Alphabetized comps.
Amazing.
Comps from highest to lowest, alphabetized by street name, last name of the neighbors, crime reports in the neighborhood for the last 12 months.
Yes.
The amount of detail was exceptional.
Yes.
That's something that really stood out.
And also knowing that we wanted to have children. Susan, this is how I talk about how she goes above and beyond. She went up and looked in the area where we lived and said, okay, these are the 5 best schools in this area. These are the 5, best daycares in this area. These places are kid friendly. I mean,
It's above and beyond.
Yeah, just looked at every aspect, things that we weren't even thinking about. Like down the road, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, whatever, that was best going to benefit us.
I remember clearly the day when we found our house. Susan called me in the morning early, and she said, there's a house, it's not on the market yet. I think you would really love it. You should go see it right now. It's not on the market yet. We went, we met there, I think about an hour later, and we walked through it. Michael knew right away. He looked at me and he said, we're going to make an offer.
I've bought houses before, but this was the first time where I actually understood every single step that was being taken place. The legal issues, every aspect of it.
Had it not been for her incredible knowledge and the way she handled it all, there's no way we would have ended up with this house.
She really sat down through every aspect of the mortgages that we could go into and try to figure out what was going to be the best one for us financially and in having this house. And she set us up with the right financial people, the right bank, everything. And just, it was really smooth. It was actually, it went better than we ever thought it would be.
If real estate is not your business, but you really want to be part of the process and learn from it, Susan is your girl.
I mean, there's so much paperwork to buying a house too, and Susan just handled it all for us. She just made the process a lot easier.
She never pushed us. I never felt that she was impatient with me or with us. I never felt that she was
Never frustrated.
no frustrated
Once.
or resentful in any way, that we weren't buying or that it wasn't going to lead anywhere. I never had
And
that feeling. with
eternally
her.
optimistic.
Yes, eternally
Always,
optimistic.
Susan always knew that our house was out there.
Yes.
Always said that to us. She said it every time. I know your house is out there. We're going to find it. And she did.
She didn't waste our time. We were living in New York at the time, and we weren't in LA very much. So our time was valuable, and she really had to show us stuff that was good from the start, and she did.
I don't care how much your income is. If you make a lot of money, don't make that much money if you want to buy a small condo or a small apartment, whatever it is, or buy a tremendously big, expensive house. It doesn't matter. I would tell them to go to Susan. And as I have told my friends, people that I love and care about, I've told them to go to Susan, because Susan is, like I said before, she's not only professional, but she just goes that extra mile. She cares about you. She will get to know you and do what's best for you in terms of your lifestyle, your wants, your needs. Not only she'll think about what you need right now in the present, but also think about what you might want in the future.
There were 5 offers on the table for our house, and I think it was only due to her knowledge and experience in the field that she knew exactly what we needed to do in order to end up with it and how to win the house. She knew how to talk to the other agent and suggested maybe we should write a letter, and gave us advice, and then also in the deal in how much money we should offer in order to get it. And she made all the right decisions for us. We had no clue. And
Right.
had
She
it
knew
not
how to
been-
position
yeah.
us to be the most attractive offer.
Yeah.
Knew what the market would bear. Knew what we were willing to pay, what was within our budget. And all the stars aligned. And,
And
it
I
was
believe
worth-
that's why we got
That's
the
what I mean.
house.
It's worth the wait. We
Yeah.
waited a long time, but Susan walked us through the fire.